The power of the wall. So I get asked a lot of questions, how did I get involved in music and sound healing for now almost 20 years now? It's hard to think, hard to. The power of the wall. So I get asked a lot of questions. How did you get into playing music and sound healing? Boy, it did not start off as a quest to become a sound healer. I don't even think people knew about sound healing back then, at least not here in the States. So, way back when, I'm going to date myself, but my inspiration to play the guitar was Pink Floyd, The Wall. And it's like my most favorite album of all time. It was kind of like my national anthem at the time. I had a rough time growing up, man. Came from a separated family, never really kind of fit in. I was a pud who wished he was a stud. I mean, it was horrible. I was horrible at sports. I was like this overweight, chunky kid. I got picked on. And then on top of that, I grew up like in an all white school. So here I'm a brown kid in all white school. So I got picked on for that. And then it was funny because we moved at one point in time and I went to this school that was all like a lot of Mexicans and stuff and didn't fit in there because I didn't speak the language. So no matter what, I was always in no man's land, so to speak. But I think out of these experiences, out of this painful situations growing up, my national anthem became all about hiding behind the wall because it's safer to be behind the wall. You don't have to worry about being exposed because you're behind the wall. You don't have to worry about being judged because you're behind the wall. So this album was just captivated me and I loved it. And so way back when, 1980, LA Sports Arena, Pink Floyd, The Wall in concert. And went with some bunch of my high school buddies, and we went there, and I was completely mesmerized. Okay, I was always a Floyd fan. Animals, Dark Side of the Moon, great albums, great rock albums. Always had an appreciation for David Gilmour and his work on the guitar. But when David is on top of the wall, because they actually built this whole wall during the concert, it's like amazing experience. And he's jamming the lead line to Comfortably Numb on top of the wall. This bright light shining behind him. And, you're in an altered state of consciousness anywhere just walking in the building. It was so smoky. Never forget that. But watching him play that guitar just absolutely blew me away. One of my most favorite songs off the album, favorite lead line, just classic rock tune. And so, I went home that night inspired. I went home that night with like this calling, like, you know what? I've got to get into learning how to play the guitar. Enough is enough. Always had a fascination with it. Never did anything about it. I need to learn how to play. So I proceeded like any good kid to go home and like water on rock began to torment my father. Dad, guitar for my birthday. Dad, I'm changing my name to guitar. Dad, how about a guitar for my birthday? Hey, Dad, you know what? My birthday's coming up. A guitar would be great, So I just tormented him. And lo and behold, for on my birthday, I got a guitar. A little steel string, Yamaha, 6-string guitar, man. Picked that thing up. It was love at first strum. And I started to play, started to take lessons, started to get some really easy books like, the Eagles Made Easy for Guitar or Cat Stevens Made Easy for Guitar books, Neil Young, and started to learn how to play because I just had this desire to play for whatever reason. I don't know why. It wasn't to become a rock star. It certainly wasn't to become a sound healer. So I started to play. I used to have the best concerts in my imagination within the safety of my room, imagining myself with this like long, beautiful mane of hair that I could just, go like that with like the wind blowing and my hair's blowing back and just while playing guitar, even though I probably couldn't play very well in the very beginning. But that was how I started the journey. And that music became such a huge part of my life. Little did I know what I know today about what's coming through the music. Little did I know that I was actually doing sound healing on myself, because that guitar and that music helped me to get through some of the biggest challenges that I experienced. And after I got out of high school and went to work, I had a roommate that played bass. We would just play every night, and I would just play in my room. And I'm like going, man, this is just helping me so much deal with the twists and the turns of growing up, of navigating those earlier years in my life. And so it became entrenched in. It became so much part of myself to play. Not with the desire to make an album, not with the desire to get out and play in front of people, not with the desire, certainly not with the desire to get involved in sound healing. As I mentioned, I don't even think we knew about sound healing back then, but just to play. It was my medicine, so to speak. It was what helped me to work through some of the biggest changes in my life, getting out of partying, getting out of, doing stuff I shouldn't be doing. It just totally was an equalizer to help me and inspire me on my journey into my life experience. So that's just a little bit how I got started. In the next video, I'm going to share how it began to come out into the world and what I started to see and how it had impact on other people's lives. And ultimately, what opened up as a result of working through some of my fears around playing in front of people and around sharing music as a tool to help people create more successful and fulfilling lives. Hey, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. Every week, there's all kinds of insights, guided meditations, healing music pieces to support you on your journey through life, to support you in moving past perhaps maybe your wall and expressing your magnificence and your unlimited potential. And there's also a link in the email below. You can go to markromeromusic.com/gift, download your free track of high vibration music. 5 minutes a day, you can totally shift your energy and begin to restore harmony to your body, your mind, and your spirit. Hey, I look forward to sharing more about this journey. I look forward to sharing more about the songs and sharing some really powerful healing processes to support you in bringing your music, your passion, your calling out to a higher level. Take care. Have a harmonious day.